So now let's look at the cosmic interpretation. We went over the ethical interpretation and talking about the moral virtues that Ephesians 6:10 through 20 represents. But now let's look at what we call the forces of good and evil. We see that this second major perspective, this cosmic interpretation, it describes the conflict between God and hostile spiritual beings. This is larger than a personal moral struggle, and it accounts for the vast unseen war between the forces of divine and demonic forces. This interpretation dives into the metaphysical aspect of reality and frames spiritual warfare not just as a moral dilemma. The terms that Paul uses regarding these beings are archai, exousia, cosmokratores, and pneumatica despoinerius for the Greek. These terms signal a conflict that involves the heavenly realms. The cosmic interpretation goes beyond our inner virtue and goes into the realm of confrontation between the reign of Jesus and the rebellious powers of the spiritual world. Some people think of this world such as this man F.F. Bruce in his commentary in 1984. He sees this as there's a hierarchical structure of the powers of evil. He says in no way, when they're talking about the rulers, the authorities, and the cosmic powers of this present darkness, can be examined as referring to a human government or even a metaphorical evil. He sees the spiritual realm as one with various tiers or levels of the heavenly realms, with forces of divine and hostile forces that are in contention for dominion. These levels that we're talking about consist of God being at the top of his throne, the angels in the middle or intermediate level, and the hostile demon powers are in the lowest level of the heavens. We see this cosmic interpretation of the battle of good and evil really has a direct influence on us. These forces of evil are working to crumble Christian communities. When Paul describes in verse 12, we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, it is because it is not a physical manifestation that is our deepest threat, but the spiritual entities around us that can operate behind earthly circumstances. Putting on the full armor of God is the only way to defend against these spiritual entities or supernatural forces. Human strength is no match for this kind of combat. So when we look at this cosmic interpretation, what we're going to go into next is what I find the most relevant, and that's the cultural historical interpretation, where we see the context where there is real magic and power in Ephesus. Stay tuned.